Well, a while back, I came across a story about the Knights of Templar. And these ancient knights were a mysterious order of proclaimed Christian soldiers whose mission was to protect European travelers as they journeyed to the Holy Land. And according to legend, one of their mysterious practices was that at their baptism, they would hold their sword up above the surface of the water while the rest of their body was submerged beneath it. Symbolically, it was a way of surrendering everything to God except for their sword. It was a way of saying, God has my full devotion in every aspect of life except for what I do with and who I am when I use this sword. And I wonder if there's anything in your life or my life that's like that. We sing the song, "All to Jesus I surrender, all to him I freely give." But maybe there's something in your life that's being held up above the surface of full surrender. God has my full devotion except for what I choose to do with my smartphone in private. God has control over my life except for the way I treat my spouse. I give everything to God except for who I am when I'm around this particular group of friends or coworkers, except for what thoughts I entertain in my mind and heart, except for the way that I use my money, resources, and time. I surrender all except for this. And if there is something that's holding you back from full surrender, then maybe it helps to remember this. The reason Jesus calls us to a life of full surrender is because the things that we are most reluctant to give up are the things that have the most potential to become a substitute for Him, for His peace, for His joy, for His affection and love. And instead of enjoying the journey with Jesus, we end up looking back over our shoulder at sin. However, the more we surrender, the more we discover the true satisfaction of an undivided mind, where we're no longer looking back over our shoulder, but fully focused on the journey home with Him. And so, 2 questions before we go. Number 1, what keeps you from surrendering your all to Jesus? And number 2, how can the act of surrender actually bring about the greater sense of joy?